Storytime Sunday will be starting soon.
Oh boy, that was a huge drop now, wasn't it? See, this is why I make sure that the stream's a-okay. But from looks like we is good. We is good. We is good. Oh. Okay, let me just minimize that. The speech, the text-to-speech is ready to go. Now let's get this started. Hello, all my fellow weebs and, well, pretty much weebs anyway, just fully weebs. Back to another Storytime Sunday where I try to voice act anime waifus and virtual novels. I'll be continuing from where we left off last week. And yes, I am completely sorry that it kind of we got a little bit interrupted last Sunday, but you know, what do you expect? It's a Sunday. You know, Sundays are not my great days, so I expect to have a lot of bad stuff happen. But you know, today it was just really boring. We had to move the floor and everything. It was an day. But aside from that, so yeah. but it's okay, guys. I'll survive. I'll survive. And boop, back with Lucy 9. From last stream, what happened, at least from what I caught, was someone was killing someone and using their blood as paint. And that was very awkward. And then it would end up switching to some random scene with the protagonist, and he doesn't really have any friends except for his little small group, which one of them he doesn't really like, the other one, I don't, both, he doesn't like the guys, and the girl kind of protects him a lot with things, and they just they're kind of at each other's level because they're childhood friends. And the stream ended like right at the most like suspenseful suspenseful fart. Dang it, I can't lingo, okay guys? But the stream cut it at the the stream cut it at the most suspenseful part where the protagonist is telling her that they shouldn't be seeing each other this often. And I'm like, no, and then it just ended. I'm like, you know what? I think that's a good way to end. A good place to end. And like I said, sorry for interrupting and me ending the stream early. Well, OBS ending my stream early. But yeah, that's what's happening right now. That's a little rundown of what's happening right now. So we will find out the conclusion of what happens to these two. What's gonna happen to Protag and Girl? Before I get to that, thank you two, for meeting my goal. Woo! We passed it, 20. Now we're at 21 subscribers. Yay! Thank you so much. Wouldn't have done it without any of you guys. And careful, Mixer. Careful. YouTube is catching up. Soon they'll surpass you guys. You know? Don't let YouTube surpass you guys. Be the better channel or the better platform. And eventually catch up to Twitch. And careful, Twitch. If you don't watch out, make sure might surpass you. Matter of fact, I've been getting a lot more followers faster in Mixer than I did in Twitch when I was first streaming. So I think I've only been streaming on Mixer for about let's see, I think it's about 3 months now. Probably 2-3 months I've been streaming on Mixer, and I got this much. So, and I really appreciate each and every one of you coming by, seeing me and my quirkiness and such, me and my otaku-ness, if that's even a word. Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff is going down right now with anime and everything, SJWs and crud. And you guys should know how I feel about those guys. So don't mess with my anime biddies. Don't mess with my lollies. Let me head pat them, goddammit. Anyway, that's my only gripe with that stuff. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for follows and biddies. And as a matter of fact, I need to change the GIF for the bits. I'm pretty sure you guys will like it. Anyway, yeah. Well, enough kissing ass. Okay, here we are. Oh man, here we go. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. I know it's gonna. The words are too harsh. I regret them as soon as they slip out. Can you just let me think right now? It's what I've always said whenever I want to be alone. Well, and truly alone. The need to think has nothing to do with it, and Rui knows this. I'll be right out. No. Goodbye. No. You're not gonna put up a fight, Rui. Rui. No. Don't go. To make her feel this way is despicable. The back of my mind coagulates me with a weird. Well, you got what you wanted. She'll make some other friends now. I silently watch Rui as she slips on her shoes and abruptly fixes me with a pleading look. Rui! See you tomorrow? Because she wants to know that everything will be okay. Because she wants everything to return to normal. I should go the whole way. I should say no. Probably not. Or maybe. We'll see. Instead, I send a automatic smile. Yeah. See ya, Rui. Have a good night, Yama. The relief in her voice is palpable as she closes the door behind her. It takes everything in me to stop myself from catching up to her and offering to walk her back. Why is it that when it really comes down to it, I can't even push people away properly? Given my prickly personality, I could have thought that I could do at least that. Guess not. Though, guess is just another thing to add to the list of things Yama can't do. I kind of wonder if there's anything that's not on that list. I sit up, kneading at the tense knots in my shoulder. Technically, I need to study tonight. But before that, I should try to wind down. I get a decision! Huh! Read a book. Watch go over merch. Read a book. Watch go over merch. Read a book. Or watch. Read a manga. Watch anime. Read a manga. Watch anime. Decisions. On one hand, it doesn't require me to think. Well, either way, actually no, both require me to think. You know what? I'm trying to get my mind off of that. And it takes more effort to read a book. So I'm guessing read a book. Yeah, there we go. Read that book. Let me just okay. All things considered, I'd rather not destroy my brain by watching Gover Merger. It might be a better idea to read a book. I riffled through my shelves, searching for a good book. The Many Adventures of Kunoichi. I remember this was my favorite book when I was a kid. Haven't read it in a while though. I flipped the book open, absorbing the lifelike print on the page. It narrates the story of a girl who wants to be a ninja. She starts off pretty low on the chain. A mere errand girl, she also has this big crush on her friend whom she's known since they were kids. Sounds familiar. The chapter continues. Kunoichi ends up falling on even really simple errands since her friend randomly starts hanging around her more. She tries to confess, but he's apparently totally oblivious to her feelings. Please, anyone could tell that he knew. He's just trying to... Well, it's time to study. I dig through my backpack and crack open a few books. This year will probably be really intense, with the entrance exam coming up and all. Might as well do a little work. It'd be more of a pain to deal with nagging teachers than the work itself. After engrossing myself for some time, I check the clock. It's 11. Good enough. Maybe I should just apologize to Ruby tomorrow. Indulge myself in our friendship. Let everything go back to normal. Selfish of me, again. But maybe this time I should just be selfish. Nani? Why is it so bright outside? What the? Why is it already 8:30? I leap to my feet, scrambling to pull my clothes on and tear out the door. It's kind of a weird thing. I'm not even a good student. In fact, I'm pretty much every teacher's nightmare. Being in a rush to get to school isn't like me. Maybe it's because there's a difference between choosing to ditch and ditching by accident. One is your conscious decision and the other is not. Highly descriptive. I know. No, highly descriptive. I know. I told that my essay are a joy to read. By the time I actually enter the classroom, it's already 8:42 p.m. The teacher glances at me from his periphery, and surprisingly enough, he doesn't try to humiliate me. In fact, he doesn't make a single comment. It's as if I wasn't late at all. Elizabeth, on the other hand, is wearing a prominent glare as I slip into my seat. She keeps her mouth shut, but her face radiates with disapproval. Yahiko nudges my foot and gestures frantically. Dude! His voice spits out in a hurried whisper. I lean over to hear what he has to say. What? Of all days to be late, you had to choose today? What? Was there a pop quiz? There was a pop quiz? I'll take that as a no. Dude, I'm taking about that cutie over there. You missed her intro earlier. He gestures vaguely to the back of the classroom. I sneak a peek when I'm sure that the teacher isn't looking. I find a girl sitting by the window, her delicate head delicately turned against slender fingers as she examines something in the distance. In ordinary circumstances, I might have thought her to be gorgeous. After all, she matches the ideal of traditional beauty to a T. Silky hair, porcelain skin, delicate lips, the whole 9 yards. But instead, I only find her thinking, what the hell? Promptly followed by, who, what, when, where, why, how? Very intelligible, I know. But how else am I supposed to react when an old friend whom I haven't seen in ages just randomly walks back into my life? Oh. Not only that, but as a transfer student to my school on the very last year I happened to be there? Her eyes snap to me, but before I can see her reaction, I quickly whip back to the front of the classroom. Maybe I'm seeing things. Maybe it's not really her. There's no way it can be her. Right? I reluctantly tune my hearing back to the teacher. who seems to be in a very enthusiastic rant about technology. Surprise, surprise. This generation is wasting away from being glued to deep pixels every waking moment. Well, today, I'm not having any of these newfangled contraptions. We are returning to trusty pen and paper. As the class erupts into groans, he scribbles 3 words on the board with the stylus. Your dream job. They just won't give us a break, will they? Furthermore, the teachers deactivated our tablets and is currently handing out sheets of lined paper. Handwriting? Really? Oh, come on. Handwriting wasn't all that bad. Well, aside for the fun part. When you're handwriting freaking in pen, man, it's fuck. Ugh. Oh, I hated it. I completely hated it writing in freaking pen. Because, you know, especially when you make a mistake, you can't just cross it off. Because as soon as you cross off a freaking a word, you can either A, use a whiteout to write over it, and wait for it to dry. Make sure you don't put too much, and then write over it. Or 2, you had to write it all over again. Like they want you to make sure that thing is picture perfect when you freaking write the damn shit. Especially when you're in like I would say sophomore and up. They, at least my teachers, were very strict on that. Very strict on that. Yeah, I know. I'm complaining about ridiculous stuff, but still, I had bad handwriting. And then, matter of fact, I actually changed my handwriting. When I was, I believe in my junior high year. Like honestly, I used to write a certain way, and then back in like 7th and 8th grade, I ended up changing my handwriting, because I felt that it looked bad. And so what I did is that I took the time to like constantly write in this kind of half cursive, half regular writing. And now I can't remember how I used to write. I've grown so used to writing this, you know, the way I write now, that I completely forgot how I used to write back then. So, and I see pictures. I mean, not pictures. I have, my parents have writings when I used to write back then when I was a little kid, and I'm like, this used to be my handwriting. And my parents are like, yeah, you wrote this. I'm like, there's no way that I was this bad. And they're like, and my parents would always be like, your handwriting is still bad today. And I'm just like, really? at least it's legible this time. But yeah, parents. As Yahiko passes the stack of paper to me, he leans close. So, what do you think? I think I'm tired of writing about my non-existent future. Huh? I was talking about the new girl. Oh, right. The new girl. What's her name? What's her name? Mizaki Kazihaya? By any chance? How did you know? So it really is her. I never thought I would see her again, much less in my classroom. Oh, I know, you must have some sort of psychic ability. What? I mean, what? How else could you have known her name? Can you read her mind too? What does she think of me? How he came to that conclusion is beyond me. Nevertheless, this seems like an excellent opportunity to screw with him. It'd be a shame not to. I press my fingers to my temples, pretending to tune into Misaki's thoughts. Oh, I see. What? She has a huge crush on you. Really? But... Yahiko shakes his leg impatiently as I pause. Can you stop thinking for a second? I keep getting interferences. Huh? Oh, sorry. He scrunches his face in concentration. Now you're thinking of not thinking? Whoa, you really can read minds. You doubt my abilities? No, I just... Shush, I'm getting something. Yahiko clamps his mouth shut. I rub my temples, mumbling under my breath. It seems she has a crush on you, but she doesn't think you have the courage to talk to her. Yahiko puffs out his chest as if he were presented with a challenge. Ha! As if anything can deter the great Yahiko Ikari from approaching such a beauty. Yahiko, this is a writing prompt, not a decision prompt. Focus on your assignment. Right. Sorry, Teach. He immediately regains his composure and starts scribbling messily on his composition paper. That was oddly quick. Yeah, I've got to close my Discordo. And boop. Okay. There we go. I take a quick glance around. My classmates are hunched over their desk, some writing furiously, some staring awkwardly into space. Yeah, that was me. The most avid one is Elizabeth, who's already on a second page, lips moving furtively as her arm blurs down her paper. I'm not surprised. She retained this naive belief that she can actually control her future. I can't wait for life to prove her wrong. Mizaki, on the other hand, has completely thrown away any pretense of studiousness, choosing to text under the desk with one hand while simultaneously pretending to write with the other. That's pretty impressive, actually. I take a quick pinch on the arm to check my state of consciousness. Not dreaming, apparently. It's Miyazaki Kazuhaya in the flesh. 5 minutes. Right, the assignment. What did the teacher say? Dream job? Write one page? I stare at the prompt on the screen, as if it'll provide any answers. Meh, I don't want to deal with this. I deftly set my pencil to paper and scribble my response. 1 page. As morning class slug on, I feel a very prominent gaze burning into the back of my head. I refuse to turn around, trying to piece together my thoughts. Should I approach her? Or not? When the bell rings, Yahiko immediately tugs on my sleeve, his face shining. Dude, I'm going to talk to her. Who? The new girl, of course. She must be the shy princess type, waiting for her Prince Charming to sweep her off her feet. Who better than me to make her dream come true? I think you mean nightmare. Well, good luck with that. You're not coming? Why would I? Surely Yahiko Ikari wouldn't be suggesting that he needs help from me. To learn, of course. I worry for you, my man. You may end up a spinster your whole life. You haven't snagged a single date in all the time I've known you. Well, neither have you. But I won't mention that. Or the fact that spinsters are exclusively female. So, are you coming? I guess. At the very least, that'll be a chance for me to see what kind of person she's become. Yahiko swaggers over to the side of Misaki's desk. expertly raising a single eyebrow as he flips his hair out of his face. Why, hello there. I brace myself for a slap or a headlock in response. Misaki only tilts her head quietly to the side, regarding him with a single arched brow. Can I help you? This appears to fluster Yahiko for a moment. Thankfully, he's not the school's best Casanova for nothing, which honestly really tells you something about the quality of our Casanova-ness. Actually, yes. Do you have a map? Because... Before he can finish this sentence, Misaki's finger whips around her phone with ease for long practice. 3 seconds flat, she pulls a campus map onto her screen and shoves it in front of his face. Here. Where in particular are you looking for? Wait. Oh, are you also a transfer student? What? That certainly would have. That certainly would make much more sense. I was just thinking, it's a little strange that a student would be asking me for directions since I just transferred here. But I should have realized, you must feel the instant connection of a fellow transfer student. When did you come here? Wait, this is a big misunderstanding. I'm trying to hit on you. Just straight up say it, my man. just straight up say that you're hitting on her. Okay. Oh, I see. 7 out of 10. Huh? I rate your approach. You didn't even introduce yourself. You're right! How careless of me! I am the one and only Yahiko Ikari. Surely you've heard of me. I highly doubt that. You wouldn't, by any chance, happen to be the Yahiko Ikari from Grover Merchant? The president aside, that Yahiko Ikari? Yahiko's chest practically doubles in size. Wait, what? Indeed I am. Are you by any chance a fan? The biggest. I really enjoy the political satire, and the music is just amazing. This has to be some big joke. Did you know that our pattern tag is one of the top trending? And Isamu Times has us listed as a viral phenomenon? Feminine? Viral for what reasons? Well, that must be a different story. Congrats. I was sure that it would become a big hit. But of course, even the stars themselves are no match for an Ikari. Or the moon. Oh yeah, guess what's my next dream is? What is it? To build a vacation home on the moon. Yeah. A vacation home? I wonder what would happen if you jumped on a trampoline while on the moon. How high could you go? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to test it. Yahiko and Misaki are new besties apparently, which is nothing short of absolutely terrifying. Meanwhile, I'm being completely ignored. Maybe she doesn't recognize me. Hey, Miki. She tilts her head in my direction, eyes bright. Hi. Do I know you? Wait, what? She doesn't remember? Come to think of it, she hadn't spared me a single word, or even a glance. She doesn't... How could she not? It's Yami Ishimoto? He's my minion. I'm sorry, I don't think we've met. Oh, You've got to be kidding. Childhood friend, 4 years back? You, me, and Rui, we all hung out together. What? Total blankness. She's honestly forgotten. Words start pouring out of my mouth as I frantically search for something to get a reaction out of her. We all lived in Seto. Small town, 3 hours drive away. Yeah? No? I'm sorry, I don't think. We all played together. We were inseparable. We met at the festival, the one with the lanterns. Misaki's expression gradually turns from polite to more and more skeptical. Of all ways I imagine we'd reunite, this was definitely not the top of the list. Do you really not remember? I'm really very sorry. This can't be. Rui and I bawled our eyes out after she left. We hovered by the phone for hours waiting for a single call. When nothing came, we even resorted to hovering by the mailbox in the vain hopes that we'd receive some snail mail. Is she saying that during that time, that 1 month, which turned into 6, which turned into 1 year, which turned into 4 years, she just forgot about us? How could that be possible? Unless, by any chance, you haven't gotten into a tragic car accident and ended up with amnesia, have you? That's why you haven't called, not in 40 years? She backs away slowly, eyeing me like I'm an insane psychopath. Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. I wore a kimono. You really don't remember? She stopped at that. A flash of recognition catches her eye. Got her. I wore a goodbye kitty kimono and ran around calling you a tooth fairy. Oh crud. You did? On second thought, I really should have talked to her with no one else in the classroom. I was a kid. But you wore a kimono and called her the tooth fairy? Well, yeah, but... About time you admit it, Yama. I'm struck speechless as the situation begins to dawn on me. You... Who am I? Know you? How could I not? It's only been 4 years. Then you were faking it, of course. Why were you pretending not to notice me earlier? I knew you recognized me. Well, it's not every day you see an old friend who just decided to disappear one day. She stops at that. A flicker of irritation crosses her eyes and my cutting tone. It's not like I wanted to leave Seto, Yama. So why did you? My mother didn't leave me with much of a choice. You mean Sotomi? She nods. You could have at least told us you were moving. I couldn't. I wait for an elaboration, but it never comes. That's it? You just can't tell us? Why not? Do you mind if we can talk about it later, Yama? I'm not very comfortable discussing it in class. I open my mouth to object, but something about Misaki's expression prevents me from pursuing the issue further. She generally seems distraught. Wait! Yama wore a goodbye kitty kimono and called Misaki the Tooth Fairy? Luckily, Yahiko manages to change the subject and decide to play along for the time being. I was a little kid, dang it! I hear excuses. All excuses. Aw, look at that. Look at that smug. Look at that smugness, guys. Aw. I like cat smug face. Cat smug face is best face. It's not an excuse. There's a legitimate explanation. I somehow fell and got my yukata dirty, and it was the festival, and we weren't very close to home, and Miki had an extra kimono. A goodbye kitty kimono? Yes. Somehow having Yaiko mock me just makes the entire thing 10 times worse. I guess a half-pleading, half-indignant glare at Misaki, who only shrugs in response. It isn't my fault you enjoy cross-dressing. I don't! If only I had patter at the time, I would have taken a photo. Wait, so what's this patter you keep mentioning? Judging by the reaction I'm getting, I'm just committed a huge fox pass. You don't know what patter is? Where have you been living your whole life? Under a rock? Well, technically, that's what my name would imply. What? Is it like the Secret Service database or something? Far more important, it's the most popular social networking website in today's society. I mean, given I don't have Twitter, I do have Twitter, but I don't exactly use it much because it's been filled with just nothing but political stuff. And I don't have Instagram because I see nothing but those kind of girls on it. And I don't do Snapchat because I don't see no point to. The only thing I really have is Discord. So, yeah. Go fake, right, guys? But I'm not living on a rock. I know what they exist. I know they exist. I just don't want one. Oh, and don't get me started with Facebook. I really question your priorities. Through Patter, you share posts with 90 characters or less. Oh, yeah, Twitter. It allows you to spread important news, demonstrate your support, provide instant feedback to questions, or just blog about your day. Gover Merch got big because of Patter. As of me, I like to give updates on my progress on my day. Okay, fine, but does anyone actually care? Oh, she's one of those girls. No, Yama, no, she's gone. She's gone, Yama. She's no waifu. She's no longer waifu, Yama. Go for Rui. I vote Rui, guys. A sudden, deathly chill pervades the room. My second major fox pass of the day, apparently. People care. Are you sure? Because the way I see it, tapping 2 buttons doesn't exactly make you... They care! They care, damn it! Don't say nothing different till you pat yourself. Don't say nothing? Intense Mizaki? Wait, what? The conversation grinds to a halt when Mizaki's phone twirls in her hand. She immediately regains her composure. Kazuya speaking. Yes, understood. I'll be there in 5 minutes. She cuts the call and shoves her phone into her pocket, looking me square in the eye. I must go. Duty calls. Duty? What kind of duty? My employer has a job for me. Job? Now? What about school? Oh, I'm sure they'll excuse this one. Let's talk again later, Yama. Oh, and make sure to bring me Rui, okay? Goodbye. And like a tornado, stalking into next target, stalking its next target, she blazes out the room. I'm left completely dumbfounded with a Yahiko who's dancing around the room like he just won his mansion on the moon. I have a fan! I actually have a fan! A real fan! I wonder how long it'll be before I can pledge her to my service, as my first true minion. Okay. I worthily leave him in his fantasy of world domination and head to the cafeteria. It's more out of a routine than actual feeling hungry. It's the shock of running into an old friend after 4 years might have something to do with that. Maybe I should be angrier at Misaki, but at the same time, who knows what had happened with her and her mother. She seems pretty uncomfortable talking about it. At least she's here now. I guess that's all that matters. If Misaki wants to tell me, well, she will on her own time. The cafeteria is broad and beautiful, boasting polished surfaces and tidy. Well-lit spaces, modern furniture settles well on the brushed mahogany floor. Students in pristine uniforms travel to and fro, scooping food from the intensive buffet counters around the perimeters of the cafeteria and returning to their friends. I spot Rui in the back corner of the cafeteria, staring up at the skylight with a thoughtful tilt to her head. Actually, this would be a perfect time to tell her about Misaki. Rui would be thrilled to see her again. Hey, Rui! She jumps slightly at the sudden sound, and only then do I remember that I'm supposed to be apologizing for being dramatic yesterday. Except I've never been great at apologizing, or even good, or actually even minorly passive. Say, how are you? I'm doing okay. Wait, hold on. Different voice. I'm doing okay. How's class? It was okay, I guess. Oh, okay. We shuffle for a moment and I finally clear my throat. About yesterday. It's okay, Yama. I know that seeing the bus must have brought up some memories. You were just lashing out. But I shouldn't have. No, I guess not. So next time something like that happens, I reserve the right to slap you silly. And just like that, everything is right between us. What have I done to deserve a friend like this? Ah, Rui! Ah, see guys, Rui, best girl! Best girl! Thanks. But, buy me lunch. What? Aw, come on, it's only fair. If I go into debt, I blame you for constantly mooching off of me. Are you ever going to pay for your own food? Probably not. But you can't count those grocery trips because I end up cooking everything for you. And yourself. Labor taxes. Just go already, I'm hungry. But just as she reaches forward and pulls my arm to her side, we hear a very familiar voice from behind us. Well, 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 what have we here? Oh, okay, that was a guy. Damn it! I need a notificator to tell me if it's a girl or a guy. Damn it! We jerk around in synchronization and promptly come face to face with Mr. Ryota. Ruri quickly squeaks and jumps away, suddenly bashful. Oh, hi, Mr. Ryota. Look at you two, the adorable childhood friends. Finally getting together after years of unneeded drama. Bah, I feel sick. What is this? Some crappy anime? What? We're not together. I wouldn't go out with Yama in a million years. It's actually really adorable. I struggle to maintain a straight face. Okay, this tsundere right here. This Tsun right here is the right Tsun. This is the right Tsun. No, she's not beating up the main character. She's not calling him like complete idiot like every second. I like the Tsun. Rui, man, stop it. You know, a tsundere is not supposed to have my heart, Rui. I know. I'm just too good for you. She snaps back into Rui, that the rest of the academy knows her as witty, confident, and a touch malicious. She opens her mouth, no doubt, to smite me with some comeback or another, but Mr. Yoda breaks us up. Well, if I don't end up barfing my guts out, you guys will have the most adorable wedding in all of history. And there goes Rui.
How can you say something like that, Ryota? You're a teacher. You should know better.
Oh, come on. You two will look back on this day, mark my words. With a cheerful wave, he splits to the Facility Express line. Those words sound fairly ominous. I could already imagine all the embarrassing stories we'll liberally share with the other wedding guests. They probably have so many people rolling in the aisles from laughter that Rui wouldn't even be able to walk properly. What the heck am I even thinking about? Wedding? Rui? Yama man. Go for that, Rui. Go for the childhood friend, damn it. For once, childhood friend. Come on, guys, childhood friend, right? Okay. Childhood friend, guys. This has to happen. Please.
Mr. Yoda's being his usual self, I see.
Yep. Now he's got me thinking about... Nope, not going there. Maybe now it will be a good time to switch topics. Oh, right. I even have the perfect material. Hey, Rui. You're not gonna believe this, but I saw Miki today. Rui's face cuts to complete blankness in the space of a millisecond. It is really shocking news. Maybe I should have eased it a bit. She ended up transferring to the school, and we, coincidentally wound up in the same class. Dead silence. I finally start to feel a prickle of oppression. We can't hang out together again. We can... Did you talk to her? What? Of course, it's Miki. Rui, what's wrong? Aren't you happy?
Well, no, I'm not. As far as I'm concerned, she has nothing to do with either of us anymore. Don't you remember? We were kids who held a stupid grudge for something beyond our control. Come on, we're older than that now. Oh, are we? She didn't really apologize, did she? Well,
I pause for a moment. Rui's expression immediately darkens.
I see that she didn't, and I know why. Because she wasn't there to see you fall apart. I don't think you remember, Yama, but you were in a really bad place after she left. Even to the point where, I mean, you know. But that wasn't because of Mizaki. I mean, yeah, but she triggered the whole thing. It's just, when I think about it, I get mad at her. Really mad.
Aw, she cares so much. Okay.
So it's probably best for both her and me if she stays away.
So you're not gonna be friends again? The thought is so baffling that I can't help but stutter. In my mind, we'd always been a pack deal. Me, Rui, Mizaki. It was either all or nothing.
I mean, you're your own person, so you should hang out with whoever you want. But I can be buddy-buddy with Mizaki until she realizes what she's done. I never thought Rui, of all people, would be irrational.
I mean, she's... Okay, she's... I don't know, guys. It's... I see where Rui is coming from. I really do. I see where Rui is coming from. She wants to protect. She wants to protect the husband a lot. And she can't help but feel like, how you say, you know, the way this she sees it, you know, she hurt, Mizaki hurt her friend that she really cares for. It's obvious that she cares for him that way. And you know, she's not going to be Betty Bites to someone that hurt the person that she cares for a lot. You know? And I don't know, I think I would be in the same boat as Rui. You know, if a friend, you know, let's say I was in this, you know, friend triangle and everything, and then someone else, you know, a friend, supposing my good friend hurt my other friend, you know, and purposely seems like they hurt the other friend, like you know, unless I hear an apology, I don't think I could be, you know, friends with them or chill with them, you know? So I see where Rui's coming from. Man, why am I relating to Rui so much? Damn it. Okay, let's get out of my thoughts. No more thoughts, no more slash thoughts. Get out of my head, guys. Back to game.
How bad have I been exactly? I never seen Rui so upset. At least not in a really long time. Sorry to be a downer. Why don't we just grab some lunch?
How about you go on ahead? I need to talk to Mr. Ryota.
Okay.
Surprisingly, she doesn't ask me any more questions. She heads to the lunch line without a word. Maybe she also feels rotten inside, like something has been lost forever. I shake these thoughts and immediately locate Mr. Ryota, who's just popped out of the facility line, and conveniently enough is heading in my direction. He watches our separation with an eyebrow raised to his hairline. Oh! Are the newlyweds already running into trouble? I ignore this. Good time, Mr. Ryota. I want to ask you something. If the question is whether to officially ask Rui out, the answer is yes. Oh my gosh, Ryota. What? No. That's not the question. Aw, really? That's a bit boring. Rui and I aren't, you know... Never mind. I was wondering what it means when you see someone you haven't seen in forever who you thought disappeared off the planet. It means exactly what you just said. Your life actually is a crappy anime. I never said that. Oh, you didn't? Mr. Ryota. Sorry. Can't help it. Now, who's this person you haven't seen in forever? She just transferred into my class this morning. Rui, her, me, we were really close when we were little, back in our hometown Seto. Transfers to it? Childhood friend? Don't even think about it. Too late! My life is not a crappy anime. It's not! You're right. It's a really crappy anime. So, what's the problem? Well, I talked with her. I think we'll be friends again, but Rui is jealous. What? No! What is this? Junior high? Sorry, I'll shut up. See, when Mizaki, that's the transfers to it, left her, she accidentally triggered a giant depressive state that basically left me in a dumps for a year. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. Rui claims it was bad. Yama, when can you come to my office today? I want to listen properly to you.
And the cafeteria is not exactly an ideal environment. Well, I guess that's Mr. Yoda. Well, I guess that Mr. Yoda got fired into his... la la la, I can Inglo. Well, I guess that Mr. Yoda got hired into his job for an actual reason. Okay. Guess I'll drop by after school? Oh, during, really. Either way works. Now, off to lunch, you. Gotta eat before the bell rings. Young, growing boys need all the nutrition they can get. He can't sound like the wise, all-knowing teacher when he just implied it was fine for me to ditch school. See you later, Mr. Yoda. He only responds with a casual wave before he saunters over to the nearest table, chatting easily with a group of students. Whew! Boy. I snag a plate of food and search for Rui, but she's nowhere in sight. Guess that conversation took a little longer than I originally intended. I quickly scarfed my food down and returned to the class. Oh my gosh. I need waters. I don't have waters. I mean, I do. But sink water? Ugh. Ugh. Who wants to drink sink water? Let's see. Whatever. I'll wing it out. You know what? I'll drink my coffee. There we go. It's not water, but it'll have to do for now. Alright, class. Let's take secondary roll before we head to the courtyard. What? We have more pee? And teacher's halfway through rolling her eye. Tell me if it's a boy or girl, damn it! The teacher's halfway through rolling her eyes before she catches herself. I guess it's not a good example to roll your eyes in front of your students. No, Yahiko. Today's career day, as has been announced over the PA for the past 3 days. Afternoon classes are cancelled so that third years may explore possible future occupations with specialists. Oh, right. Question of the future. Writing a prompt about our dream job. Now, career day? I think I'm sensing a pattern here. We're already running a little late, so let's make this quick. Anyone missing? Nope. That prompts us to glance around. I think he's right, ma'am. Everyone's here. Everyone except Mizaki, who apparently is at her job. Time to do some not-so-subtle recon. Teacher, where's that girl? The one sitting by the window? The teacher waves her hand dismayedly. Special circumstances. Anyone else? Despite myself, I feel a prick of curiosity. Special circumstances? What kind of circumstances could warrant such an offhand dismissal from the teacher? I thought most teachers loathe making exceptions for mandatory events. Just what could Misaki's job be? As the teacher continues to survey the classroom, I feel a nudge against my arm. I'm surprised he brought it up. What? Usually you wouldn't say anything even if you noticed. You would have thought it was too much trouble. Her words are remarkably neutral. It's awkward. It feels like a trap. It's a trap! I thought you should stop pretending like you actually know me. Or that you have a brain. You insufferable! She storms to the back of the room in a huff. I'm insufferable? She's done far, far worse. She's still judging me? What a hypocrite. Alright. Looks like everyone else is here. To the courtyard. Destiny awaits. There are more than a few rolled eyes, but everyone obediently files out of the classroom. Oh. Our class pours into the courtyard, which currently resembles a crowded
street market. Columns of booths are set in orderly lines, each attempting to outshine the other with progressively more outrageous signage and progressively louder music. I wonder if they got a booth for my future job. Come to think of it, in all the 203 times he talked about his dream, he's never once mentioned his future job. It's all the things he'll own. Oh, well, what might that be? Isn't it obvious? With my stunning looks and all? So, a trash can? Is that even a job? Of course it's a job. Oh, well, no, I want to be a model. That's it. Wait, it's not as silly as it seems. I mean, seeing how he just believed that being a trash can was a profession, he can't have a job that requires him to think. He also can't have a job that requires social interaction. He just repel people instead of attracting them. No, he'll just repel people instead of attracting them. Those are his two biggest flaws, and modeling doesn't need either. As for his looks, I hate to admit it, but he's not so bad looking. He'd probably be able to land himself a girlfriend if he could just keep quiet. This almost sounds like a serious plan. Yahiko, my friend, I'm glad you finally realized the cruel truth. Eh? What are you talking about? I'm just saying that it's a good idea, especially coming from you. Isn't it? Once I become famous, the entire world will be able to witness my magnificence. I'll be on TV, the internet, advertising blimps, basically everywhere. On the second thought, maybe it's a terrible idea. Well, if you don't mind me, I'm off to meet my destiny. And with that, he skips off into the crowd, leaving me awkwardly leaning against the wall like some kind of delinquent. I'm not really sure what to do. I'll be wasting my time if I look around, but I'll be wasting my time if I stay here. What a conundrum. You there! I turn the source of a voice. A man in a medical coat standing in front of a booth, boasting the holographic sign, Way Forward Pharmaceuticals Hospital Division. Hunch. I guess he's a doctor. Are you interested in becoming a doctor? Bodies? Open wounds? Yeah, I know. Sorry, I don't think I could deal with the pressure of being a doctor. If that's what you're worried about, then don't worry. I'm a heart surgeon, and I get an entire team of people helping me during the operations. Well, if I have people helping me... Scalpel, please. Nah. What do you mean, nah? I thought I was supposed to do all the cutting this time. That doesn't matter. I'm sure it does. I see what's going on here, man. You're going to take all the credit. Well, guess what? That ain't happening. What are you talking about? I'm the doctor here. Doctor, the patient is critical condition. If we don't act fast, he's going to die. The patient's dying. Dang it, give me the scalpel. Whoa there. Don't be getting your scrubs in a punch. Doctor, the patient's dead. See? Look at what you did. Look at what Yeah, I don't think being a doctor is right for me. Are you sure? You've got a great internship program. I'm good, thanks, though. Another nearby booth catches my eye. A multicolored sign claims that it's from the National Education Institute. Behind the booth table, a tall woman in glasses speaking animatedly to a small group of students. Don't you feel that we have a duty to equip the next generation? In this society, knowledge is power, and we need to ensure that our successor have the power to move forward. My job is the best, and the most beneficial, and there are no downsides whatsoever. Yeah, been there, heard that. Don't your students annoy you or tire you out? Well, I've had some ups and downs in my career, of course.
The more difficult students may be perplexing at first, but when you persevere, you always end up getting those students back on the right path.
Is that so? Teach, what's 5 plus 7? This is high school, Mr. Ikari. Not primary school. You should have mastered addition by now.
But teach!
Excuse me, Mr. Kirigane. Smoking is not permitted on campus. Hand those over.
You ain't the boss of me, kid.
Kid, I'm your teacher.
You're shorter than me, kid. And that makes you a kid.
Alright, that's it. You're staying after class. You got attention to serve.
Says who? Says you? You couldn't even take a diseased chicken with one claw tied to its tail. Why can't you be that eloquent on your essays?
Teacher?
What? What's wrong?
What, are you crying again? What for?
Oh, you're angry at me? I'm sorry. I'm so terrible. I can't. Hey, don't cry.
Yeah, I don't think I have enough patience to deal with students. I mentored down the row of booths, apathically peering at any that seemed mildly entertaining. One man with a remarkably bushy mustache raises his fist in the air, yelling at the top of his lungs.
Do you love Japan? Join the Japanese self-defense force today.
Wow, I thought those kind of die-hard patriots only exist on TV. Oh god. Oh, that voice acting. Let me get some water, guys. I guess sink water it is. Feedback goes. Here's a bun bun. Guys, I'm saved. I was able to find a water bottle in my fridge. Yay! Nice tasty water. Okay, here we go.
Any man who's able to follow orders can be seen as a hero of Japan.
If you stay alive.
Grenade!
Cover it, soldier. What? We could just run away. Jump on the grenade, or I'll have you court-martialed for insubordination.
But I'll die!
All the better.
to it!
Yeah, not happening. I turn away from the booth. Everything I see is equally unpromising. Do you have a knack for cooking? Why not apply to Leon Culinary School? Gather here, engineers, mathematicians, fellow countrymen, the biggest digital corporation in the world. Nemasticate how positions open for you. Have you always wanted to help the hurting? Join us in the Coldness Therapy Center and transform the world one life at a time. A quick glance in the other direction reveals that I seem to be the only one having trouble. What the hell is that, Kato? I felt Elizabeth in deep conversation with the police officer just a few feet away. Wouldn't have thought her to be the type. Maybe she's sucking up to them so they'll let her off for corporate fraud? Meh, I can't really judge her. At least she found something that she's interested in. Me, on the other hand, well, I have nothing. What's up, can't find your life's calling? What? I turn on to the source of the voice. A scrawny man slumps against a rickety folding chair. A worn beanie plopped on his head and a threadbare trench coat thrown over his shoulders. There's no sign of his booth. Is hobo a legitimate career? I mean, I don't know. I know Ronin is a thingy. Ha! Youngster these days. You hold your future in your own hands, and you don't even know what to do with it. You're lucky, you know. There was a time when people didn't have the luxury of choosing their careers. Upon second glance, I noticed that there are several rolling racks of books sold in the back of the booth. There doesn't seem to be any rhythm or reason of this genre. Science fiction, mystery, fantasy, young adult. But they're all under the same name. Are you a writer? He smiles when I ask him. Haha, what? Surprise. Who do you think I was, an adventurer? Globetrotter? A homeless guy, actually. Damn, this protagonist is savage. He throws back his head and laughs. You've got life. I can't wait to read your stories. Somehow, I don't think that being a writer would fit me.
Oh, somebody help me. Whatever shall I do?
Fear not, generic damsel in distress. I am the hero. I lost the previous battle, so this is the heroic rematch where I'm guaranteed to win.
How fortunate. After you win this final battle, I shall bestow you with my obligatory smooch of victory.
I like how the protag automatically puts Rui in the good position. You know he has a hots for her. You just know. Hey, you can't just ignore the villain. I got you, girl, Yama. Oh, spare us your evil gloating. It'll only lead you to your downfall. But I gotta give a motor rant so that we understand your identity as a tragic villain. Nah, I'll just put that as a footnote. Okay. I tire of this needless banter. I'm actually written the princess's backstory, so she's a badass in distress. What? But you didn't even foreshadow that. Too bad. I need to move the plot forward. Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't think I could come up with original material. That's why you just rip off real life, you know. Thanks, but no thanks. He chugs apathetically as I walk away. A nearby small group of students catch my eye. They gather in front of a man in a long sweeping lab coat. Although his voice is placid, there lies an undercurrent of power in every word he says. Life is a fragile thing. There is an unspeakable number of ways for a human body to fail, and even more for it to be broken. Death was accepted as an inevitable part of life, a natural state in the circle of this world. But it doesn't have to be that way. The man in the lab coat straightens as the student breaks into hurried whispers. Through research, we can create medicine that fights diseases and treat disorders, extending our lives exponentially and maybe indefinitely. And so he's a medical researcher. He fixes his gaze on each individual in the crowd, not in a hostile manner, but certainly in an unnerving one. A day may come when we can defy death. His eyes land on me. The intelligent arc of his eyebrow and the commanding line of his jaw shift slightly as he examines me. I feel frozen beneath his piercing gaze. It isn't exactly uncomfortable, just strange. Eventually, he turns away, adjusting the golden glasses that are settled on the bridge of his nose. If you seek to make a lasting influence on the world, join us at the Way Forward Pharmaceuticals in the research division. Together, we can accomplish the impossible and prevent the inevitable. The crowd of students breaks into applause, their faces agape in wonder. I can only scoff. No one can defy death. Anyone who thinks otherwise is just delusional. As I turn away from the wayward booth, the PA hums to life. Attention students. Mayor Ignar will be speaking at the center stage in 5 minutes. The students around me gasp audibly, breaking into frantic whispers. Mayor Ignar, here in person? Our school's important, you know. Why wouldn't he come? Come on, let's get a spot on. I follow the massive throng of students gathered around the courtyard center stage. Sure enough, Masaru Inori, the ever-popular mayor of Isamu, in the flesh. He gives the student a cardinal wave from behind an impenetrable line of security guards. You know, back in my day, when dinosaurs roamed the earth. This extracts a laugh from the crowd. We actually ditched career day. We popped over to GFC. You should have seen it before it was renovated, and stuffed ourselves on wings. They were only double S's at the time. Shows you how far we've come as a society, eh? The crowd chuckles again. Among them, I catch the distinct tint of Elizabeth's giggle. As usual, she eagerly jotting notes on her phone, hanging onto the mayor's every word. The brunette girl, who's always around Elizabeth, is also next to her. Surprisingly, she seems equally engrossed in the speech. Ah yes, I hated career day, though it was a waste of time. Though that they were restraining me at a time when I wanted to do was explore myself, who I was, who I wanted to be. But later I realized I was thinking about career day in a completely wrong way. It wasn't about deciding my future, it was about exploring possibilities. He allows a moment of thoughtful silence before he continues. The truth is, you'll probably change career multiple times in your life. In fact, the average number of job changes is estimated to be 15 times. You could be in med school all your life,
but have experience in construction, woodworking, design, architecture, statistics, engineering, maybe even ostrich babysitting or bicycle fishing. Elizabeth smiles into her hand as the students laugh like a perfectly timed track. But as vast as the future is, you know what you don't want to do. You don't want to be hurt. You don't want to go every day full of insecurities, doubts, fears. You don't want to be lied to or backstabbed or treated like a fake. I won't lie to you, it's a nasty world out there. But I think that we can all agree that regardless of who we are and where we're from, we each have an important part to play in the safety of this country. So go on, explore. You guys are right. And hey, you guys are in a better spot than I was. I thought I'd like nothing more than I become an anthropologist. But not that even I knew what that meant at the time. It just sounded cool. His parting silence elicits another laugh as he steps off the stage, offering a final wave. The students erupt into cheers in response. I quickly shuffle away from the crowd before the noise overwhelms me. I don't want to like this guy. Heck, I don't want to like any politician, but he seems to be less evil than the others I've seen. Furthermore, he made a good speech. He came across intelligent, but genuine. Two major possible opposites of politics. Oh no, here comes a sneeze. Whew, okay. Maybe I'll vote for his re-election, maybe. Hello, stranger. Oh? Hey, Nikki? I barely stopped in my tracks, finally taking in what she's wearing. Well, you're dressed up. Which is putting it lightly. She's draped in silken kimono that ripples around her figure like water. Hair inset with a minimalistic ribbon and crystal pin. She could own the red carpet or a throne even with that outfit. Pretty, my mind supplies unhelpfully. I quickly grind that part of my mind to dust. That's all you had to say? Well, what were you expecting, Poetti? Oh, dearest, you liken yourself to starlight, with the eyes like the moon and a mouth like the purest golden flame of the sun. Did she promptly slaps me on the back. Very funny, Shakespeare, too. Although, I am impressed. Your reaction was pretty decent. I feel like she's insulted me, but she generally seems shocked. So, what brings you here? Do you want to become a model? What? Oh, no need to be embarrassed. Male models are hardly anything new. However, they do tend to be physically fit. Do you happen to have a six-pack? I'll pretend I'll never heard that. What makes you think I would ever want to be a model? You're standing in my company's booth. We are a modeling company. Surprised, I cast a quick glance behind her. Chilly enough, a large banner reads Lotus Modeling above a tent with striking photo spreads. Hence the kimono, I assume. You assume correctly. So, where's Rui? I haven't seen her all day. That awkward moment when... Really? That's funny. She attends to school, right? What? Of course she does. So have you seen her today? Yeah. Well... You didn't tell her about me? Hello, social drama. I missed you. Not. How can I word this delicately? Or better yet, avoid it completely. You should probably get back to your job. I have my eye on you, Yama. Do you really think I can't tell when you're lying?
I believe in my ability to run away.
Always the same, I see. I made a mental note to harass you about it later. Until then, Yama.
She floats back to her booth, greeting any curious glances with an effortless smile. A model, her job is modeling? Somehow I find that a little unwhelming. I almost expected her to be involved in something drastic, like the Secret Service, or the film industry, or even the Olympics. But modeling, where you pose and change and smile for hours and hours? Adventurous, stubborn me. Doesn't seem to fit her. Whatever, guess it's none of my business anyway. It's time to see Mr. Ryota. This time he opens the door as soon as I knock. I must have caught him at a good time. Welcome, Ishimoto. We've been expecting you. He cackles maniacally and taps his fingertips together. You should have turned into your chair while you're stroking a cat. Bah! Everyone's a critic. Would you have rather been left standing outside in the cold? Outside? I've been in the hallway. You seem awfully eager to prove your mentor wrong, boy. Well, whether I prove it or not, it's still wrong, right? Ah, yes. But that would never fly in a court of law, you see. Imagine it. I declare the defendant guilty because from a because from a metaphysical standpoint, it is true. Even if we have no evidence. Big words hurt my tongue. No
epistemological.
That! Epistemological. I'll link to knowing so. I just lost you. I get that a lot. Go ahead and have a seat. You've got more important things to discuss, no? Hesitantly, I slide into the nearest couch. I've always seen Mr. Ryota as an intelligent man, even if laid back, but I never actually, well, not understood him. I wonder how much brain mass he's hiding behind that cheeky facade. So, what's the new transfer student, Misaki Kazuya? I hope you don't mind. I did a little lookup on her. You can do that? Well, there's no explicit rule saying I can't use the confidential database. I'm pretty sure that there is. Nope. I may be facility, but I'm not a teacher. It's only stated that teachers have to request special permission. I checked the loopholes. Something feels wrong about this. What did you find out? Well, if I tell you, then that's a solid breach of confidentiality. I don't want to go to jail yet. The food's too good here. Mr. Yoda, I really worry about you sometimes. And this is me talking. So instead, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter, Yama. How did you two meet? You mentioned that she left? Yeah. Here we go, story time within story time. I closed my eyes, letting the ever-constant hum of the air conditioner calm my nerves. Then I start talking. It's practically subconscious. My mouth dutifully repeats the train of thought running through my mind. Everything is calm, clear, slow. Therapy. Something that I've gotten used to over the years. So I easily turn my brain to the topic of interest. Misaki Kazihaya. I met her when I was young. Not too young. A baby is still forming through patterns and ideas about the world, but young enough to be highly impressionable. It had been on a day when I thought nothing could make me smile. Not the vibrant lanterns twirling between the roofs of multicolored booths, not the festive rhythm of the taiko drums urging on the parade of light-bearing dancers, not the stands in which a variety of nutritional questionable foods were being served. Not even Rui, who dragged me out of the house despite my best efforts to stay miserable. It was only around an hour into the festival, but I was ready to go. Rui went to the bathroom. I seriously considered ditching her and going back to my room. Apparently, I was scowling deeply at that. I don't know it until a passing girl suddenly stopped in front of me. "Does your face always look like that?" To say the least, that didn't help my foul mood. I glared up at her. She was pretty. Well, that was the first thought in my head, an instinctive spark of appreciation whenever a guy sees a pretty girl, no matter how much he wants to feel otherwise. Her hair was braided back into an elegant half-undo, light ebony curls framing her porcelain face, big eyes, long lashes, pointed chin, the kind of traditional beauty you might see in a kimono commercial. Of course, the first spark of interest was immediately overridden by indigenous, that only an 8-year-old boy could feel. "What are you looking for?" "Don't look so grumpy. You should be celebrating." She didn't know anything, of course, not until a few months later. Festivals are stupid. They are not. Why? There isn't any reason to celebrate. The girl's face twisted into something resembling anger. It looked strange on her face, like a guinea pig attempting to seem menacing. "You don't even know what the festival's about, do you?" Well, of course, I don't. But I wasn't about to admit it. "Of course I do." "Oh yeah? What's it about?" "Well, you make lanterns." "Uh-huh, and?" I fisted my hands at her condescending tone. "You write wishes on them and stuff." "Wrong." "I'm not." "Yeah, you are. You don't write wishes. You write what you want to tell dead people." Ridiculous. I should have said, why would I even want to talk to dead people? But I didn't mock it. I couldn't mock it. "Dead people?" "Yep. I can write a message to Auntie on this lantern, and she'd see it." "How do you know that?" "Haven't you heard the story?" "No, I hadn't." Oh man. Oh man. A story within a story within a story. We're going deep, guys. We're going too deep. So okay. Now, let me get this straight. We're reading a story of a flashback, and we're about to be told a story in the flashback, in the story. Poof. No, I hadn't. But my 8-year-old pride prevented me from saying that, of course. Thankfully, the girl took my silence as confusion.
Well, once upon a time, there was a princess.
Was she pretty?
Yeah,
Good at singing?
yeah.
Boring.
It is not boring.
The indignant anger of her face made me snicker. The first time I'd smile all day. Yeah? Well, what happened? Does she get in trouble and a charming prince has to save her?
Just listen, look. She's actually a big meanie.
A mean princess? That wasn't a fairy tale stable. Oh?
Yep. But her bodyguard was in love with her and she turned her good again.
I felt disappointed. The story had a promising start. Blah. What did he do? Cast a spell? Give a true love's kiss?
He died.
Oh?
Don't look so happy.
That time I broke into a tiny smile. But it made her good again, right?
Well, yeah. She didn't trust anyone before. Thought they were all fake and stuff.
It seemed that she was glaring at me at that point of the story, but before I could open my mouth, she was already continuing.
Anyway, the bodyguard sacrificed himself to save her life. So the heavens were super duper impressed and put him in the stars.
Aren't stars really, really hot? That sounds like a bad thing. Childish indignation flickered across her face.
They made him into a constellation, you poop.
Blah.
Blah times infinity.
Blah times infinity plus.
Anyway, the princess realized how beautiful love really is.
Because he died?
She saw how much he loved her. And she decided to be a better person and trust people again.
This had nothing to do with writing messages to the dead on lanterns. I was rapidly losing interest. Let me guess. She lived happily ever after?
Well, no. The bodyguard died, remember?
I liked this bodyguard. She glared at me, but somehow it felt less severe than before.
She wrote her promise on a lantern and sent it up to the skies so he could see, because he was a constellation, remember?
Now I realize that I could have said a lot of things. That's stupid. He's dead. How could he do about that? But that wasn't on my mind at the time. Everyone turns into a bunch of stars when they die.
I think.
You think or you know?
If they did something to super duper impress the heavens, I guess.
I smiled at that. My eyes scoured the streets and landed on a simple booth. A handful of kids were gathered around a short portable table, scowling on lanterns with calligraphy pens clamped in fisted hands. Let's go.
But I already made a lantern.
Right to another dead person then. With the overwhelming display to tact and political correctness, I raced towards the table, snatched a lantern from a smiling adult, and plopped down with a pen at the ready.
Who you're writing to?
I'm yours, beeswax. I began to scroll characters on my lantern, the girl hovering over my shoulder, squatting judiciously at my jagged brushstrokes.
Why is your handwriting so messy?
It's not messy.
I can't even read it.
I whipped around, narrowing my eyes accusingly at her own lantern. Well, yours. I searched for a fault, but not only was her lantern graced with perfect calligraphy, it also proudly bore a few elegant cherry blossoms. Well, yours looked girly. She raises a single eyebrow. It was a remarkable, sophisticated expression, for a 9-year-old girl to make.
I am a girl.
And there was nothing much to say to that.
Yama, where have you been?
It was as if Rui had materialized out of thin air. I hadn't even noticed the rapid bitter patter of her footsteps. Sorry, Rui.
Jeez, could you told me?
You were in the bathroom. Clearly displeased, Rui turns her back on me, but smiled at the other girl.
Thanks for taking care of him.
Surprisingly, the girl smiled back. Easy as you please. Well, weren't they getting along just fine? Why did they have to give me such a hard time? Maybe it was a girl thing.
I'm Rui. I'm Misaki. You're gonna make a lantern? Yep. How do you get those flowers? They're really pretty. I can show you.
And just like that, the two of them were friends. It took a little longer to warm me up. Whatever the two of them set their minds to, they accomplished. It had always been that way. So fiery, so compatible, so lovely. Two playful angels who, for some reason, unfathomably to mankind, saw fit to hang around a bucket of depressing sludge like me. Why do you think that about yourself? Mr. Yoda's voice seems to come from far in the distance. Faint but recognizable. I respond distractedly. You know me. I'm not useful, or popular, or particularly intelligent. Silence flows the statement, so I only continue. Our families were close. Misaki's father would always throw these get-togethers at their house over the weekend, or during special occasions. I remember him being really overwhelming at first. He was a lot like Misaki, only bigger and louder. I rarely saw Misaki's mother. The times I did see her, she was pretty distant. Besides that, I really don't remember much about her. At first, we were inseparable, Misaki and us. But then her father had lost his job, and we started seeing less of her. And eventually, they just left, no warning whatsoever. Even our parents tried to get in contact, no luck. It had been as if the Kazuyas had disappeared off the face of the planet. That must have been a really hard blow. Rui says that it had been. Honestly, I don't remember much of what followed. It all passed in a haze. Eventually, I felt abandoned. I had this idea that everyone close to me would leave me. I didn't think I could even cry. I only felt empty inside. But Rui says that it really was a terrible time. She said that I didn't eat, didn't sleep, didn't even play any games with her. She says that I looked like a ghost. Heck, practically became one. And I didn't remember it. But she says that one day... Yama, what's wrong? Nope. Sorry. That's it. Sob sorry over. Are you sure? You do realize that the entire point of therapy is to share your sob stories. It's not a burden, Yama. I'm glad to hear you out. I felt tired. I think I'll have to stop here. It's mainly an excuse, and a very efficient one for therapists. Ms. Ryota immediately nods in understanding. Thanks for confiding in me. Just know that what you felt was completely valid. I'm sorry you had that trauma. I'm fine. I got over it. I'd like to go now, if that's okay. If you're sure. If there's anything I could do for you, I'm okay. Sure you don't want a lollipop? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But thanks. Have a good day, Yama. But at least take this prescription. Prescription? Seriously? then I actually look at it. 1 bucket of ice cream to be eaten gluten-free. Oh. As far as the administration knows, this is totally a legitimate treatment. Ice cream is one of the core groups in the 4 pyramids, you know? He actually pulls a genuine laugh out of me. Thanks, Mr. Yoda. And thanks for listening. Anytime. I exit Mr. Yoda's office in a considerably better mood than when I entered it. I actually don't feel tired. I feel rejuvenated. Seems like those memories had been weighing on me for a long time. Maybe they really will be beneficial. Deciding to take his prescription to heart, I head straight to the downtown shopping area. With my mind cleared, I get to pay a little more attention to the weather. Beautiful. Cloudless skies. That ain't cloudless. The slightest hint of a cool breeze. You! A girl careens from around the corner and nearly crashes right into me. Her glasses flash dangerously as she tips her newsboyish cap over her forehead, studying me with an intensity that could rival an electronic microscope. Me? It's all I can manage to say at the eccentric sight. Yes, you, an Idolac, unleathered civilian, perfect. A hint of satisfied smile tugs at her lips. For what must be 100th time today, I feel a keen sense of impending doom. I mean, go right ahead, Yama. Respond to my question with either yes or no. Brown hair, brown eyes, glasses, she checks out with me. Do not deviate, do not invent. And for the sake of both of our sanities, do not dawdle. First, am I correct in assuming you are an academic student? You must have the wrong person. I've never even seen you before. How can you judge the purpose behind this encounter without knowing the criteria I have set in my approach? I am not mistaken. You are my target. It doesn't take a genius to sense that this girl means trouble. I decide to conveniently ignore her and step around her. She only steps with me, blocking my path again. Help! Bad touch! Bad touch! Help! I need an adult! Oh great, I can sense where this is going. As I... Oopsie, wait, what? Nani? How am I disconnecting? Oh, I'm not disconnected. My phone just went. My phone decided to go poof. Come on, phone. Reconnect. Okay. My Twitch app is dead on my phone, so I can't watch my. Can't make sure that stream is good over there. So I guess I'm just gonna have to. Phone? Are you okay, phone? I need you to know if everything's good. Let's try this. Oh wow, even... Oh no, okay, we're good. Let me just go here. Boop. 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 Enter. Boop. Boop. Come on, boop. Come on, phone. The longer that I wait, the more time I'm wasting. Just to make sure. Let me just save here. Okay. Okay, we're good. For some reason, just my Twitch app just like, no, I want to go poof. Okay. Let's see. How much time do I have left? A whole hour? I've got a whole hour. Yeah, I won't be able to make it. Is it here? I think Twitch was telling me to take a break. I'll be right back. You know, lots of water today. I'm drinking lots of water. Hydrated, you know? Okay, be right back. Here's a button. Sorry about that. I usually try to take less breaks as possible. Okay, well, here we go. 1 hour to go. Oh yeah, I was looking up. What the hell's that? Gauge?
Envisage.
Okay. Envisage. That's the word, guys. Let me just boop. Okay. As I envisaged, subject demonstrates a remarkable inability to utilize basic cognitive functions. Talk about uncalled for. Abusive words, overly complicated language. She clearly has a few screws loose. Bruh. You use complicated language as well. Damn it, this whole game's been complicated language. Very elaborate. Very... I don't know. Very big words in this one. Maybe I should call her... Maybe I should call the hospital. See if they have a runaway mental patient. But she's not wearing hospital clothes. Look, kid, I don't know what your problem is, but... Kid... The pleasantly cool air suddenly develops a rather hard chill. He must be in one of those phases, just another 14-year-old expecting to be treated with the dignity of a grandmother. Albeit a 14-year-old who apparently memorized the dictionary. Well, whatever you are, generally speaking, it's pretty rude just to run up to some random stranger and insult them. Surely, the idiocy has risen to a level beyond which I have previously submissed. She immediately digs into her pocket and flashes something in front of my face. Shigeru Inamoto, freelance detective.
legally certified to inspect crime scenes, obtain private files, and if necessary, interrogate unduly inquisitive citizens with the observational finesse of a blind bat. And you shall note that I am 26 years of age. Wait, what? You're 26? Unless you presume to imply that you are deaf as well as dumb, I suggest. But you're so short. I apparently feel ice crystals forming in the air. Well, I should strongly prefer to be short of stature than short of cerebral matter, as seems to be your tendency. Ouch, not a bad blow. But wait, if you're a freelance detective, does that mean that this is an interrogation and I'm a suspect? If I had to go to the police station, do I get excused absences from class? I see no need to reverse your exceptions that you will be taking the unexcused absences as they are. Consider it an Consider it an inevitability similar to your cynical depression. That stops me. What? How could she possibly? What would even make her think something like that? You might as well carry a sign. From your uniform, you are a student at the academy. From the fact that you are wearing it, you attend school this morning. From your presence in town rather than in class, you are, as I believe they call it, playing hooky. From the prescription slip, you have enrolled in the recent developed therapy method that the academy has been boasting. From your fairly normal physicality and social skills, your problem is most likely clinical depression or something like high functional autism. Okay, I get it. You're a detective. And you're impressed, but pretending not to be. It is pretty impressive, but observations themselves might seem like common sense, but a person who can actually synthesize them is a rare find. Which, of course, kind of just makes her even more annoying. I relax a little, oddly relieved that she doesn't actually secretly research me. Now, it is your turn. My turn? Of course. What can you see from my physical presentation? I invite you to give your brain so much needed exercise. That gets close to firing me up. Close. Sorry. Gosh dang it. Can I go back? Damn it. Yes, okay. Kid, yada 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 yada. I'll relax a little bit, I'll research me. Sorry, but I have my therapist's instructions to follow. Unless you have an actual business with me, I'd appreciate if you let me alone. I step around her again. This time she doesn't move. But just as I think that I'm home free, I hear a soft whisper drifting from behind me. Do you not wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life? Or will you restrict yourself to the confines of your own abilities just because of her? I quietly stop. Turn around slowly. Tell me how you know that. Right now. I shall, after you prove yourself mentally capable of comprehending the simplest of my explanations. Fine, she wants to play it that way. Let her play it that way. Time to focus.
I'll start with. Oh! Oh no, I can't save anymore! We're stuck! Okay. Okay. Her clothes. Her body language. Her circumstances. No, the body language. She spreads her weight evenly on both feet, unlike most girls, who let it lie more on one side of their hip than the other. Even weighing on both feet almost sounds like a formal pose? She could be used to formal setting, but that doesn't seem to match very well. The rest of her body language isn't so proper. She seems to hunch slightly, with her shoulders loose. No, it's more like she's in a fighting stance. She seems relaxed, but with that bright-eyed look of someone expecting danger around every corner. That kind of weight distribution doesn't seem to come naturally. Maybe she was in sports, or maybe in self-defense at one point, for a while from the looks of it. I like to guess martial arts, but I can't say for sure. There are too many possibilities. Okay then, maybe I should think about this a different way. Her movements are very crisp and close to the body. When she's speaking, she doesn't gesture very much, even when yelling. Generally speaking, sports emphasize emotion on a huge scale, roaring in victory, bawling in defeat. The works. Not only that, but limbs are trained more for gross motor skills than fine motor skills. On the contrary, Shigure has very tight control over her hands, almost to the point where she seems stiff, which likely points to something high control, like ballet or archery, or more subtle martial arts like Wing Chun. Well, that still doesn't narrow things down too much. Time to move on. I noticed that when Shigure moves, she primarily tends to use her right hand. Her left hand is generally stagnant, while her right hand often takes the most action, adjusting her glasses and tapping against her hip. Probably safe to assume that she's right-handed. So she used to be involved in a high control form of physical exercise, and she's right-handed. Is that all I can get from her body language? Well, she doesn't wear any noticeable makeup. She dresses like a kid, and she wears glasses instead of contacts, just calling more attention to her pathetic stature. Wait a minute. When I put it that way, it almost sounds like she wants to be underestimated. Even though she pretends to be indignant about being mistaken for a kid, it looks like that's her intent. Even though she's a freelance detective, she doesn't wear her badge anywhere, or carry a gun, or anything really. She probably believes that being underestimated is a valuable skill. I don't say I personally agree, but hey, she's the 26-year-old freelance detective, not me. What? You're just gonna let me choose all of it? What's the point of choices? You're just gonna let me choose anything. Ah! Unlike the standard professionals where I might suspect of a law enforcement agent, she dressed comfortably. Probably can do that because she's a freelance detective. They also haven't been ironed in a while, which means either she doesn't care or she's a workaholic. Possibly a combination of both. Her shirt proclaims keen, conscious of unconscious association of her egotism. I can't tell much, but I find it strange that she's dressed so casually and expect people to take her seriously. With her height and her clothes, is it any wonder that she is often mistaken as a kid? And one more thing bothers me. She wears a comfortable-looking clothes, which I previously assumed were for efficiency. After all, chasing down criminals in high heels is a stupid idea. And yet, something stands out. Hat and jeans, or glasses and hoodie? What stands out? I mean, if she's gonna chase criminals, she shouldn't be wearing a hat, because her hat's just gonna go floof. At the same time, the glasses could get fogged up, and a hoodie. I think you get more information with the glasses and hoodie. Wearing a hoodie is uncomfortable, and so are glasses, right? No, actually, there's nothing wrong with that. What's odd about assuming that she's wearing glasses, these clothes, more mobility? Okay, game. Right, hats are a pain to run with, because unless you keep one hand on them at all times, they're likely to flop around, fall off, and just generally be obnoxious. And the jeans are too tight to opt for flexibility. Running in those would... Stupid OBS decides to just hurt itself. Oh yeah, OBS shot itself in the foot. One of these days, OBS won't do that to me. Okay, let's go back. I don't know if you guys were here, but I just noticed cut off like a little bit prior. Anyway, let me just brush my hair a little bit. Okay. Definitely a very strong-headed individual. And if she doesn't choose casual clothes for comfort, knowing that it can interfere with her job, then is she purposely choosing it to aggravate others to announce her individualism? It would match with her choosing to be a freelance detective instead of a corporate investigator. Free-spirited, rebellious, and as I suspect from how she seemed shamelessly pulling me aside for no reason, guiding me more by her heart than her head despite her intelligence. Not bad. Next, I should think about circumstances. Why here? Why now? Why me? There are all questions I need to address. A detective approaching me and bombarding me with questions, but I see no other policeman. Is she doing this just because she's bored? No, she was specifically looking for an academy student for some reason. I'm coming up short in this area. I'll have to think about this later. I'll take a step back to look for the whole picture. No, this isn't it. Not quite. It's good information, but it's basic. Nothing stands out. I can't actually use any of this. Time to think a little deeper. Is there anything that can help me? Anything at all? Something I've missed? Imoto speaking. Yes. If you can't resolve such an appallingly simple task by your own means, I shall consider your intellect no different than that of a headless chicken. Goodbye. Now you may want to hasten your efforts before the ground upon you which we stand becomes our gravestones. Yeah, I'm on it. I say this distractedly primarily because I notice she has a flip phone. Ancient technology by today's standards. Buttons, 2-inch screen, primitive camera, the works. Not just that, but it's a terrible looking flip phone. The kind of decor that you see on a prepubescent phones. Rhinestones, heart stickers, even the random scrawl from a Sharpie that was too faded into the metal for me to read is completely unlike her. Which means that it's a wealth of information. While on call, she so graciously turned the phone in my direction, allowing me to catch a glance at her wallpaper. Shock. It was a picture, at least a few years old, of a guy hugging her. Double shock. She was proudly showing off a ring. Not a cheap, cutesy colored ring, like a couple bands of a new relationship. It is in its second week, a legitimate diamond ring, an engagement ring. But she's not wearing the ring anymore. Even looking at her hands at this moment, I can't even tell that she's even worn one. Which means that she once had a fiance, but he broke up with her, and he did it. Uh-oh. Did he break up with her recently or a long time ago? Decisions. Well, I'm pretty sure no decisions, because it's going to lead me to the same answer anyway. Ah, of course. The engagement ring had ended recently. I see a tan around her finger, or maybe an indent. Instead, there's nothing. Which means that the fiancé called off the engagement a while ago. She obviously didn't call for it. Not if she's keeping the picture on her phone. In fact, maybe they broke it off amicably if she hadn't deleted it yet. Either that, or she's a stalker. Alright, that's much more like it. I think I'm ready. I square my shoulders and look her in the eye. Sorry about the wedding. Hello? What wedding? Is she serious? How can I possibly word this delicately? Yours, the one that your fiancé called off a few years ago? Did he? Didn't he? Unless she does have a wedding ring and she didn't wear it? It's in your pocket or something. You might seek to articulate yourself better. Is what in my pocket? Your wedding ring. Why would I have a wedding ring in my pocket? If your fiancé didn't call off the wedding, then wait. No, there's more possibility. And since she's in a law enforcement, it wouldn't be unlikely. I immediately shut up and the realization dawns on me. I see you have realized. Yes, we never called off the wedding. Because he died. I suddenly feel very, very close. Sorry. Silence. Say nothing that you do not mean. Unless you are manipulating others to extract information, as that is an occupational hazard. Right. Even as she continues on, I mentally hit myself for my error. I shall admit, civilian, that you have done adequately.
Train your senses consistently, and you might become moderately useful in the future.
Thanks. Really, I'm overwhelmed.
But I ask of you this. What is the meaning when a freelance detective approaches a student and asks a string of seemingly unrelated questions of him?
She has a crush on him. It's like, hey, you have a crush on me, don't you? Well, obviously she's testing me. She is testing him. You're testing my intelligence for some reason. Or you're actually a marketing intern trying to conduct some bizarre survey. I wouldn't know. Shiguri fixes me with an unfathomable stare. The only sign of emotion on her face are her eyebrows, which are almost raised to her hairline.
What is your name?
Sorry?
Your name.
This has nothing to do with the case, but if I protest, she'll probably smack me with more verbal abuse. Yama Ishimoto.
What is she thinking of?
Her derision is preferably to her silence.
I postulate that you possess a nimity of free time. What is your assessment regarding a cogitant metier?
Cogitant metier? Who even uses those kind of words? Are you asking me to be your assistant?
Servant, not assistant.
Putting me and job in the same sentence is never a good idea. I barely have enough diligence to hand out stuff in class when I'm called by my teacher. How much worse would my punishment be if I work with a girl, woman, this crazy? Not to mention, I'd assume, and yet, examining pieces of a puzzle, putting them together, framing the whole story, it was fun. Logic, ingenuity, resourcefulness, and almost nothing is fun to me, which makes it doubly interesting.
Sure, why not? Good. I will require your contact information, then be off.
I take a moment to process this. That's it? Wait, how did you know?
Know what?
You told me earlier about her. A tense moment ticks by as Sugar stares evenly at me.
Pure conjure.
You can't be serious.
You did not appear to notice that my wording was intentionally vague.
What? But you said...
Did you not wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life? Or would you restrict yourself to the confines of your own abilities just because of her?
Classic bait for confirmation bias. Appeal to a person's general desire for significance, allude to just one person for some added resonance. All she would have to guess is the gender. 50% chance of striking a chord in her victim. She probably guessed a girl from my personality. I'm not exactly the type to easily befriend guys. A bait. Just a bait. Boop. Boop. Boop.
I see, you understand.
She pushes the phone into my motionless hand.
I have registered my cellular number. Tomorrow you will receive a text regarding your next assignment. Keep your evenings free.
With that, she simply tips her head and whirls around and strides off. Okay. A bait. Was it really just a bait? Or is it that also a bait? A lie to make me feel better, even though she actually knows. Too many mind games. Clearly, I'm not cut for this. Wait, what did I just accept? Was she serious? Am I actually her errand boy? What did I just get myself into? Nani? Did you seriously follow me home?
Huh? Why would we do that? We already know where you live, man.
Oh, we already know where you live, man. Oh, hey, I know those voices. Thankfully, it's not Shigure at the door. It's Masato and Yahiko, who are currently the proud bearers of 2 giant plastic bags stamped with the GFC logo. Huh, I was expecting them. Although technically speaking, it was polite of them to knock even though they know my key code. Sup, man? Delivery has arrived. I didn't order anything. Yahiko only points at my phone. Honey? I don't know what you got on the moon. Why you AC? Oh. Oh, wait, what? Turn. Is the summer hot on the moon? Or they also said I couldn't breathe. Thanks, okay though. I can hold my breath super long. We're coming to your place. Technically, I should apologize for being so unresponsive, but all I can feel is incredulity. 33 messages? Yahiko only shrugs. You weren't responding. What's a thoughtful, selfless person to do? Not invade my house without warning, probably. I gave you plenty of warning. It doesn't count if I don't see it. You're blind? Classic Yahiko, might as well have some fun. What? You didn't know? You mean all this time you've been running blind? Well, not exactly. I have antenna growing out of my feet so I can tell where I'm going. Whoa! Is your mom a spider or something? Spiders don't even have antenna growing out of their feet. She has a mutant genie. So, your whole family's like that? Y'all aliens? They really need to work on their gullibility. No, I had a sister. Had. She flew away. So she had bird wings? This conversation is rapidly starting into a deep end. I decided to change the topic. Are you guys gonna come in or are you gonna just stand there? We're coming in. You can't eat chicken alone. That should sound cheesy, but I can't stop myself from grinning as they march into my house, slip off their shoes, and throw themselves onto the sofa. We get the first image, guys! The first image of our protag. Look at that sexy beast! Nah, he's not really sexy. He's a mild, right guys? First image of our protag. Black hair, yellow eyes. I don't know. Does he look like the depressive type? I mean, he does look like Kirito. He does look like a Kirito. Okay. no more gawking at the CG. Masato pulls several large containers out of the JFC bag and uncaps them. The heavenly aroma of fried chicken drifts through my apartment. Let's see, we got ourselves classic drumsticks, them spicy wings, and potatoes and corn for sides. He raises an eyebrow at me. I feverishly shake my head. No more contests. I reach further into the bag and threateningly shake a packet of hot sauce. Surprisingly, Masato's face pales. Okay. He begins to gingerly bite into his chicken, and it as if it'll explode at any moment. Yahiko reaches for the original drumstick, looking strangely thoughtful. It feels unsettlingly. A quiet Yahiko is a dangerous Yahiko. So, career day. Yahiko's eyes turn to me and he smiles easily. Masato looks up from his chicken. Did you get Did you get info on modeling? I don't make it a habit to get details on Naoko's activities, but I shouldn't be poor company either, or they might leave. Surprisingly, Yako only stares blankly at me. Modeling? Is he really dumb enough to forget his own dream? Modeling? Oh, that modeling! Yeah, I went and talked with the company and the cloud one? What was it called? You mean Lotus? Yeah, Lotus! Lotus is a type of flower, not a type of cloud. They said they'd keep in contact. They did? Well, of course, as if anyone would reject this perfect bod. I want to gag, but honestly, it's not like Yaiko's overweight, nor is he deathly skinny. He actually takes pretty good care of himself. He might actually be an honest to good model. I repress a shudder and quickly switch to Masato. What do you do? Masato sits up a bit straighter, his eyes glazing with passion. Looked into studying in America. You? Wait, you what? What? They had a booth for it. Princeton, Yale, Harvard, all them big uns. An Ivy League? Not only does Masato want to study in America, he wants to attend an Ivy League? Well, honestly, I suppose it's not that unattainable. Despite all the outer appearances, Masato actually has the highest grades in our year, save for Elizabeth. He studies like crazy, runs like crazy, and is also disciplined in his health regime besides his diet. He just does everything with gutso. In fact, sometimes I wonder why we're still friends. Usually people who try overly hard annoying me. Like Elizabeth. But Masato, maybe it's just because he's clueless 99% of the time, but I can't find it in me to be annoyed at him. So, an Ivy League? Ain't that right, I'm gonna smoke everyone else. I thought you were going for the Olympics or something. Hell nah, ain't my thing. It does make me curious, why would he be so passionate about track if he wasn't planning on pursuing it as a career? Guess I'll definitely help him get into an Ivy League. Huh. Now it goes peering into the JFC bucket, which are suddenly empty. It's all gone. Step 1. Slowly, dramatically, he reaches into the bucket and raises a single chicken leg into the air. Oh, thanks, man! He sticks out his hand and expectantly, but Masato only shakes his head, a dangerous gleam in his eyes. You gotta fight to win in life, man. He reverently hoists the chicken leg upward like a certain baboon did to a certain lion cub in a certain copyrighted movie. We gotta play a game for it. How about a little something from my childhood? Masato's face twitches in trepidation. I don't know, dude. You passing out on me? Of course not. Good. Here's how it's gonna work. This game is called Survivor's Arena. Rules? There ain't none. Don't kill no one. Except don't kill no one. Y'all gonna go to jail. At times like these, I really had to wonder just what was Masato's childhood like. The goal in this here is a piece of chicken. We gotta fight fair, so we gonna stand equidistant from the chicken. It's still strange to hear him say things like equidistant, even if he is technically a model student. Me, here, you, there, Yama, there. Wait, what? Whoa, leave me out of this. I'm fine without the chicken. It ain't about the destination, man. It's about the journey. That actually kind of makes sense. Regardless, I'm not so crazy about fried chicken that I'd fight over it. I'll pass. You're ditching me? Yeah, ain't no competition without a proper enemy. You have Yahiko. I can't race against Masato alone. Damn. Damn. Okay. He ain't been my arch rival for 8 reincarnations. 8 what? Did I even want to know? I let out an exhausted sigh and pulled myself up. Fine, why not? Awesome, you ready? Masato tenderly places the chicken leg inside the bucket. His action seems more appropriate for placing an innocent child into its crib and not the meat of an animal we're about to fight over like starving cavemen. He then measures the proper distance so that he is also equidistant from the chicken. Masato is nothing if not fair about his contests. Once all of these procedures are properly taken care of, he bends his knees and leans close to the ground as if the chicken leg had transformed into a golden trophy. 3, 2, 1, start! The room explodes into an action as he soars towards the chicken, hand outstretched. Yahiko shoves him aside. They tumble to the ground, rolling over and over like a pair of tumbleweeds. Well, that was easy. I reach towards the chicken, but Masato yanks at my ankle. Get back here! I crash towards the ground, barely catching myself before my chin slams against the tilted floor. Couldn't we have played a different childhood game, like hopscotch? Ha! Hopscotch are for babies. Taking advantage of Masato's distraction, Yahiko squirms out of his grasp and claws his way to the chicken. But before I realize what I'm doing, my hand shoots out and I've grabbed him arm by his waist. By the wrist. Or waist? I don't know. Masato seems his opportunity has realized him. Masato sees his opportunity and releases me, dashing towards the chicken. In uncanny synchronization, Yahiko and I leap to our feet and tackle him to the ground. His hands lurch forward to catch himself, but our combined weight is too much. His face crashes against the tile with a smirking crunch. Uh-oh. I suddenly stop back off and kick Yamato to the side. He rolls off of Masato. You okay, dude? Masato manages to pull himself up, but a thin trail of blood trickles from his nose. Ugh. He inches towards me. Yama. He can't be dying. He's Masato. I'd have to take way more than a simple fall on the kitchen floor to get rid of him. But then again, it's a common method of death in books. One high impact blow to the nose and it's lights out forever. Could it be true? Come closer. Masato squirms across the floor, drips of blood smearing on his shirt. What is it? Got the chicken. What? He triumphantly raises the offering piece of poultry in the air, waddling it in front of my face. Oldest trick in the book. Bait and switch. Then he clamps a hand on his nose and Quease's look crosses his face. I know that feeling is good. Alko silently hands him a fistful of napkins, which Masato gratefully accepts. We should probably get him back to the dorm. Yeah. Dorm is without the real nith. He staggers to his feet. Yahiko's hand is gripping his arm to help him balance. What alternate universe is this? Masato injured, leaning against Yahiko, who seems legitimately concerned? I hold my mouth slightly agape as Yahiko supports the limping Masato out of the door. Did he twist his ankle too? See you tomorrow, dude! He gives a cheery wave and shuts the door behind him. Okay. Okay, you're just gonna leave the mess there? Okay. I left cleaning up the mess they left behind. Masato didn't end up taking his prize, so I decided to chew the chicken leg. Nothing like fats and carcinogens to get me through the night. When the leg is all but gnawed through, I toss it in the bucket and kick my feet on the edge. Oh my gosh. OBS, no. No, OBS. Don't do this. Stabilize. 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 No, 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 no. Stabilize. 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 Come on, stabilize. You can do it. You can do it. Come in. Yay, stabilized. It's good. We're good. We're good. So this could be a little bit delayed, but we're good. Okay. When the leg is all about gnawed, feet on the edge of the sofa, closing my eyes. The apartment falls into a peaceful silence. I enjoy it. Really, I do. The empty space, the room for my thoughts, the gentle weight of my own presence, and nothing more. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't appreciate their company. Masato might constantly be dragging me into competitions, and Yaiko might constantly be telling me things I couldn't care less about. But they're good guys. They spice life up, make it fun, turn it with a B chick flick to an A-rated film. More than anything, they're constant. I've technically only known them for 1 or 2 years, but it felt much longer than that. They've always been around to chill out, study, live it up, anything really. Even Masato, with his terrifying, crazy schedule. They're good people, even if a little odd. Okay, now I really had to get something done. Something at least minorly productive. Study. I got a couple of hours until I need to head to bed. Might as well get some studying done. I dig a few textbooks out of my backpack for a lazy skim as I lie in my couch. World history is sort of interesting, in a Morse way. If I had to sum it up in one sentence, it might be humans suck. They just can't get along. Wars, slavery, prejudice, torture, subjugation. Really, it's a miracle that we have any good in us at all. I consider most history tests to be fairly straightforward. Someone did something stupid, someone died for it, someone got angry because of that, someone did something stupid. Rinse and repeat, cycle after cycle. What was I doing? Oh, right, I was supposed to be studying. I can't bring myself to care enough to keep reading. I decide to get ready for bed. Might as well sleep early. Good night, world. It'll be time for another long day. When I wake up, I'm almost dizzy with grogginess. Guess that's happened if you suddenly change your sleep schedule. I drag myself out of bed for a quick shower before idly settling onto the couch. 5:41 a.m. What do you people even do this early in the morning? I guess there are those people who make their beds, work out, and eat a hearty breakfast like ideal, productive human beings. But nah, I'm more partial to lying around. And maybe watching some TV? Yeah, that sounds nice. I lazily reach over, my fingertips barely skim over the buttons on the remote. Ugh. I rolled closer, and after some trial and error, managed to switch on the TV. In a frenzy after the sudden disappearance of 2 students just 2 days apart, Isama Imperial Boarding Academy, known for its prestigious
background and powerful connections with established corporations like Mimikate and Way Forward, is now under the nation's eye as it struggles to cope with these new accusations. I freeze on the couch as footage of the all too familiar campus dances on the screen. Disappearances at the academy? Since when did this happen? Civilians, if you appear to see these missing persons, notify the authorities immediately. It is our duty to keep the city safe. Here are these photos. Midori Marina, left, and Toma Hayashi, right. I stress the remote, jabbing at the power button until the TV finally blanks. Media and their sensational headlines. Shameful, stupid, I can't believe anything they say. But why are my fingers still shaking? I clasp my hands against my chest, squeezing my eyes shut. Disappearance at the academy. Probably just some spoiled kids who decided to run off and envelop with their significant other for the week. The news always exaggerates everything anyway. I fall back against the couch, suddenly feeling extremely lazy. Yama? Hello? Are you alive? Rui's a big girl. She can open the door herself. I'm gonna call morgue. You know what happens in morgues? Nothing. Because they're all full of dead people. You get bored really quick. Oh, and you probably die from suffocation. Darn it, Rui, there's something called a keypad. Activating foghorn in 3, 2, 1. I groan in the general direction of my door. Sorry, I didn't speak idiot. What was that? Nah. You know, if this was the zombie apocalypse, you'd be long dead. You're scarier than a zombie, actually. If I'm scarier than a zombie, what does that make you? Huh, typical Rui. Use the keypad, woman. It's there for a reason. But why do that when I can make you suffer? What a true fan. Let me guess, you forgot. Please, your code's the stupidest possible code to exist on the planet. Even Mr. Yoda pointed out how stupid it was. It's not. It is too, Mr. 14789. Ugh. Come on, lazy bum. Get out of bed. I finally amble to the door and pull it open, pretending to grumble all the way. Truthfully, I'm enjoying our little sparring match. It's a save. Here. Oop, just to make sure. Just to make sure. I finally. Okay, sparring match. Morning, sleepy here. What? That was an odd reaction. Nothing. Her avert gaze and flushed cheeks prompt me to run a quick check. Nothing on my face. I'm in my pajamas, I guess, but they're decent. And Rui has seen me in them before. I barely run a finger over my lips, trying to feel if anything's around my teeth. Nope. Don't do that. Don't do what? Don't take so long, duh. You have to go to school, you know. It's... Check my phone. 7:22 a.m. I know how to read a clock. I'm not stupid. I wait for the inevitable, unlike you. It never comes. Just get ready, okay? We need to make a stop on the way. What kind of stop? Why do you always have to ask me so many questions? Jeez. She reaches for my wrist, but suddenly jerks back as if I'm covered with poison. Let's go. I raise my eyebrows, smirking at her dramatic fluster. In my pajamas? Get dressed right now. Sir, yes, sir. I stride easily towards my room, leaving her fumming. Don't you ship that? Don't you just ship that? I'm telling you, I think this game is gonna just break my heart. I honestly think this game is gonna break my heart, like, at the end or something, or midway.
gonna do something that's gonna just like, hello, 360. But you know, let's save right here. There we go. This is a good spot to stop, right, guys? Yeah. Now, cheerfully tone and everything. Man, that's a lot of save states. 64 save states? Why do I need that many? Let's go back to title screen. The best girl right here in the middle. No, I'll do my best to keep this one right here safe. Don't know that one. Don't know that one. I don't care about her. This one, she is a cam girl, so no. So yeah, that's my perception of these girls. I don't know what that one. Wait. Yeah, I don't know what this one right here is. Oh wait, you guys can't see my thingy. No, I don't know what this one is right here. This one and this one. I'm still curious what these two are. Yeah, I know what this one is. This one's complete. I know. She seems like a person who's trying to get noticed, or trying to. You know, she sees how good he looks and everything, but wants him to be a good guy. But he's failing. I know. This right here, though. We need this girl. Boop. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story. I know there's like, I think two mess ups today. You know, hopefully it's just, you know, one, hopefully it didn't disconnect or whatever. I mean, at least from what I saw, it didn't disconnect. You know, so we only got one disconnection throughout this whole stream. If not, then I got two, I guess. I know. It was, at least I feel it was a decent, smooth stream. Hopefully. Yeah, tomorrow is gonna be MMO Monday, guys. So prepare for that. Where I play just, you know, just something random. I don't know exactly what I want to play for MMO Monday. Yeah, haven't decided yet. Yeah. The story of this game, I don't know. Except for MMO, I mean not MMOs. VMs, mostly you just play through it. Choices don't really matter. Very rarely, at least from what I've seen, very rarely do your choices actually matter. When it comes to this stuff. That's why I was like, Anyway. That's it for this Sunday. Hope all of you have a great Sunday night. If you're on the other side of the world, a great Saturday morning. And, like always, thanks for watching, and stay poofy, and stay weebish. Good night, guys.